George Young, 8 amateur MMA fights, very experienced. He's had a couple of wins by decision, a couple of wins by submission, including a very notable win over Rustam Rafaev, who is a difficult opponent, and that's why he's stepping in now, taking on the challenge of trying to win the Bantamweight Battle Arena British title. You weren't a Bantamweight, no, were you? No.
I was lightweight. But it's this is a big ask from both fighters. Both fighters have incredible arsenals of dangerous techniques that they can throw at each other. I think George Young probably comes into this as the favorite, not according to our online polls. He's actually a 15% to Basith's 85%, but George Young, like you said, 8 fights overall, 4-4. He's got an equal record at the moment, 2 wins by decision, 2 wins by submission. He can finish fights, he can take them the distance, and he's got a win over a very, very difficult opponent in Rafaev. So it's his. There's a lot of pressure right now, and he's obviously representing Gracie Barra, which is incredible, in Gracie Barra Derby, by the way, which is a very, very experienced gym with a wealth of professional performances as well. So this is great. We're just starting our title fights of the evening, and this is where things really get kicked up a notch, Chris. This is where things start to really come to fruition.
Yeah, we got some amazing title fights. We got George Young, Ibrahim, Rasmus and Tyrese coming up, Benjamin Hauser. We got the heavyweight British title fight coming up later on, which I'm so excited about. As our co-main event when we have Anas Hamrad taking on Damian Kujolski. Some big dudes later on, 120 kilograms of power coming your way, which is 2 Steves.
2 Steves.
2 Steves. His last fight was a round 1 rear naked choke win over Jake Saunders at Battle Arena Coventry, and to get a win over Jake Saunders is very impressive. Now, I think, Steve, you've done a little bit of work with the Legends MMA crew.
Yeah, I've come in as the wrestling coach over the last 5 months.
Wow.
I've seen some excellent improvements from the guys. Just, it's all top down. Like you see, Sam Creasy's in the corner, Faisal Malik, who's on the Cage Warriors roster. These guys love fighting, and they work so well together. A little bit of story time. I was there all through Ramadan, and Ibrahim did not miss a single training session. He came in after an entire day of fasting, and I'm talking Ramadan fasting, not just not eating your oatmeal in the morning, folks. We're talking not eating and not drinking all day. We would break for iftar halfway through the wrestling session. He'd have a few figs, some water, and he'd get right back into it. He's got the desire, the heart. He makes the sacrifices, and it's great to see him improve consistently. And he's changed gyms recently, and he's come over to Legends, and he's just infused with a new level of confidence. And it will be very, very interesting to see how he performs today, because he fought at 66 against George Young, and now he's down at 61. And I think if you're looking at the physique of Ibrahim Basith, he looks amazing right now. That's why they call him the Bengal Tiger. That's why he's representing Legends.
Yeah, he is big for the weight.
And he's wearing Eric's fight gear shorts.
Sponsors of Bowie. I like the yellow. It's interesting that Ibrahim's gone down a weight division. Now he's challenging for titles. He does look huge for this weight division, where George Young, not small, but not particularly big for the weight division.
George Young's very dangerous off his back.
Yeah.
Basith needs to be very prepared to follow those hips and be ready. We're talking about Basith getting behind his jab.
That's good work by George Young just to dig double underhooks and stuff the takedown attempt. Great power with Basith. Ibrahim pressuring in, good head position. Must have a good wrestling coach over there at Legends MMA.
Well, they have 2 wrestling sessions a week. Drags him to the mat.
Yeah, does a good job of dragging him down.
It's the 210 Jiu-Jitsu club that runs the BJJ over there at Legends MMA. He's got a tie-up. He's working for that. He's stepped over.
Oh, big shots.
Big shots now.
We know that George Young can be dangerous off his back. He's trying to make space. He's trying to sneak his left knee back through, which will give him back to a butterfly guard. Maybe we'll recover a full guard. But Ibrahim is also aware of that. He's trying to keep his legs tight. That's why he's crossing his feet at points. Trying to keep pressure on George Young's right leg. George does a good job there of getting enough space with it.
Knee shield in.
Nice work by George Young.
Yes, this is where George Young wants it. He wants to start getting Basith to posture up, create angles for his attacks. And you see George Young, maybe not the most physically imposing specimen, but he's got very long levers. He's great at working his angles and trying to tie up. Look, he's got that collar tie against the back of the head of Basith, and he's using that very well. Basith using the bicep tie there to try to keep Young's arms out of it.
And we know that the Gracie bar guys are dangerous on their back, just like that, Steve, throwing up their legs.
Basith doing well to keep his head in.
Throwing up a triangle now. Basith uses it to pass.
Using the staple position there.
I'm very impressed by George Young. I thought maybe that Ibrahim Basith would just swamp him, but George Young, very dangerous off his back. I often see that with these jiu-jitsu fighters with George's build, long limbs, thin frame. It can make it hard to stuff takedowns and wrestle against the cage, but when you're on your back, you've got a lot of leverage for sweeps, submissions, angles.
Basith doing well to stay active here. Stuart Davies is all over the action, making sure that it stays, active, and that no position is being overlooked.
George trying to jive on that Kimura, Steve.
Dig on that Kimura grip. Really hard to get those grips, especially with these 8-ounce gloves at times.
And what's making it hard for George is Ibrahim keeps trying to pass the hand behind the back, kind of Dagestani handcuff as it's now commonly become known. We used to do it back in the day, just to try and pass guard though. Pass the hand, especially a closed guard.
Basith opening up a bit. He doesn't much mind. The time is on his side. He lands some big shots.
Round one.
Big hammer fists come right through. Big hammer fists.
Sam Creasy in the corner.
Good approach.
Chatted to Basith, giving some little adjustments.
Basith was talking to me, a few weeks ago. He would do 2 training sessions a day and then go running 5 kilometers. So he's definitely got the wind to go all the way. How is George Young going to react to this? There was a big takedown there. Some very good riding. It's evident that Basith is aware of the kind of game George Young is ready to throw up. And he was very good at cutting the angle and closing him into the cage for the takedown. George Young needs to move off.
Yeah, you can also see the danger of George Young though. He's never
out of it.
He's never out of it. He's never just solidifying, holding the position. He's always trying to improve, sweep, get up, throw a submission up. And he's not afraid to throw it up either. He's not worried about losing the position. He's quite happy to be active. We're going to go round 2. It's clearly a round in the bag for George Young. No, Ibrahim Basith. But what can George do? Didn't take too much damage. A couple of heavy ground and pound shots, but it's also cardio can make a difference. Look, we've got George bouncing around, looking very fresh. Ibrahim, like you say, Steve, very well conditioned fighter. Breathing a little bit.
Let's see how the second stanza starts. It's a leg kick that's checked.
A lovely check right hand by George Young. Goes for a takedown of his own. Messes it up, ends up on the bottom.
Pressure.
I can hear Ibrahim Basith's wrestling coach just there giving some advice. George Young right here needs to get onto his left-hand side, try and sneak that left knee through.
And George Young is very strong off this position. He's probably going to look to swallow that leg up if Ibrahim is not ready for it. Ibrahim needs to settle on top and just try to drive out some of that wind of George Young, make him try to explode out of positions that aren't there, and force his shoulder pressure.
That's what you need. You need patience from the fighter on top. You know, you be the heavy blanket. Let the other guy get tired. Don't rush. It's something we used to see, you know, the 6 or 7 years ago. We've been commentating, Steve. People get to top position and rush for a submission or ground and pound.
Shoulder pressure.
Now people are much more patient.
Shoulder pressure. Drive that shoulder to his face.
George Young is trying to make space, trying to throw.
He might be looking for that armbar too off that side control position. One of my personal favorites, just to open up distance and get yourself back into a strong position. Look, he's walking up the cage. He's going to try to flip away. Basith does well to drag him away at the last possible second.
I appreciate George's jiu-jitsu though. It's like he was struggling there just to rely on. Switched him for the leg. It's George Young. Straight on that leg. Maybe looking for a knee bar. Perfectly legal on the Battle Arena rules. He uses it to make space, which is really good.
It's a nice attack from George Young.
Yeah, very impressed by that. Rolling, threatening the leg lock, rolling back, using that to get back to what kind of a knee shield position. He's going to be trying to use these knees now, his right knee across the belly of Basith to be able to stretch him away just like that to make space. And hit from the bottom. I like that. That was cheeky.
That goes back into the guard where we know George Young is so dangerous, so capable and competent.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want to be as against the cage though, and if George Basith's corner, telling him, look, drive forward, hold him against the cage, and that will limit George Young's angles throwing at submissions.
This guy's head on the cage now, but Young doing well to keep pushing that away, and look, he's setting that up.
It was a bit obvious, but it was good.
And now we're becoming a bit slippery here later on in the second round. A lot more slippery.
George Young's having some good moments in this round.
He's tying up that right hand of Basith. Come on, hit him. There you go. He's looking. I don't know why Basith was looking at me.
The corner of George Young, I'm not happy with Steve.
There we go. They don't have to be happy with me. I'm great. I'm Roger Gracie, by the way.
George Young
10 seconds, keeping those hands in. Basith doing well. Basith pulling his head away. He's smiling at him. Look at that. There's a bit of swagger there from Basith.
Oh, I mean, there's a good chance that 2 rounds in the bag for Ibrahim Basith. But George Young had a much better round, rolling for a leg lock. Managed to make some space, throwing up submissions from the bottom. Still dangerous. It's going to be very interesting here in round 3.
That was a nice takedown attempt from George Young. Really it's just that Basith was aware and got the underhook and was able to twist his body out.
Jack, what do you think of this fight so far?
Oh, it's been a domination. Ibrahim has definitely won this, I've got to say.
Good unbiased
We still have another round left. Jack, thank you.
Beautiful unbiased opinion from
Let's try not to jinx it.
Work experience corner coach, commentator over there. That's threatening the MMA gods there, being like he's definitely won when you still got another round.
Anything can happen, as you say, Chris.
Jack.
But even to come in and take rounds away in a championship fight, they've definitely. Oh, there's some secrets whispered into the ear of George Young. There's some things they've been working on. George Young still working on his crown.
Ibrahim laughing at George's enthusiasm.
Let's see if he gets past his 1-2s.
Oh, George Young
looking for his own takedown.
He's decided he wants to get on top. I think that's the game plan coming into round 3. I like it. It's going to be tough, though.
It will be. It's like I said earlier. Oop, nice little twist. And
Maybe not that tough.
Basith now is on his back for the first time in this fight. Throwing those knees just got him a little bit off balance there, and it was a nice sweep, well-timed sweep there by George Young.
This is all because Jack Holmes said that Ibrahim had definitely won, and now he's on the bottom in round 3.
He needs to sneak that knee across.
Yeah, it's a weird position he's in there. You think George would just step over that leg now to take side control, but
maybe he's happy to keep that tied up and look for his own.
Oh, he's attacking the arms, Ibrahim. That's pretty smart. I like that Kimura trap, but tough from the bottom of side control. Excellent work by George. I kind of thought Ibrahim might just be had to explode off or bench him off, but George with a really good side control, top pressure, showing that Gracie Baja skills. Now
2 minutes remaining.
He needs to use it though. He needs to throw some aggression into a submission attempt.
Basith looking into the cameras, almost to say, what's this guy going to do to me? And now he's moving back into that full guard, possibly.
George stepping over again.
Doing well to keep the...
Nice mount by George. Oh, the knee in the way.
Knee's in the way. Good, and he's up. He needs to post and come up, does Basith. Post up, and now he turns this into a real wrestling fight. George Young's got that strong wizard, and he's coming up on that guillotine position.
That was nice by George Young.
But Basith drags him by, and he's on the back, and he's got the squeeze. He needs to stay on the back here, chest to the back, and start looking for his own work here. He's trying to do.
The arm.
Yeah, he is trying that. He might have that choke.
This could be over, Steve. He's digging under the chin.
We did go over this position.
He's got that straight jacket position.
Ago.
The Legends MMA
He needs to sneak his hand in. This is tough. He's punching his way into it. That's very, very nice work from Basith. He's to pull himself up onto the back, though. He almost needs to abandon the choke for a second to maintain back position.
George Young has done good. It's just having the arm trapped behind him. It's just stopping him turning into closed guard. 30 seconds to go. Nice work by George Young. Oh, up kick. Was he on his knees? I think it was a grounded opponent.
Might lose a point for this.
They should reset them in the same position, right?
Should do, but he was standing up.
Will they take a point?
They will, I reckon. I don't think you get a warning for that in a championship fight.
Yeah, that's very true.
Stuart Davies, best referee out there. He's bringing time in. 23 seconds left.
George is throwing some caution. Look at that, shoots.
Basith now.
I'm so impressed by the resilience of George Young.
Yeah, he didn't make a big deal out of it.
Driving in. Oh, beautiful fight. What a title fight here on Battle Arena. What do you think of that fight, Jack?
I've got to say, George came back with a completely different attitude towards that end of the fight. That last round came out, and he did really well. I have to say,
I don't know
that could have gone either way.
Who do you give that round to, right? That's the last round. Basith's on the back. A little bit of damage. George Young gets the takedown, doesn't do anything with it.
Well,
look at this lovely drag by right onto the back here from Basith. Good. He's all over him. He's almost under the chin. It's like he could have snapped it on very, very well. We know how Basith thinks it went. We know how the Bengal Tiger thinks it went. Yeah, but it's all about the judges.
I still got it 2-1.
You going to give that last round to George Young?
I'm going to give the last round to George Young. Got some takedowns.
That last 20 seconds as well, he landed a nice 1-2, backed him into the cage. Yeah. Right?
But it's hard with the way the scoring has been tonight. It's been all over the place. I mean, interesting to see how they score this one.
It's the angles, Chris. The angles can be difficult.
Yeah. Sam Uri Creasy. He's limping, poor Sam Creasy. Has he hurt his knee?
Yeah, a little clash of knees over there in Rome.
Oh, no.
Basith definitely has the look. He's got the shades on. It's like some Bollywood star.
Jack just wants to talk on the mic constantly now. Oh, no.
George has got some real heart and strength there in that last round. I've got to say, he's probably one of the best comebacks I've ever seen from today.
The best comeback you've seen today.
Yeah. So let's see how this goes.
He's a smooth talker, isn't he?
Uh-oh. We got to go to the judges' scorecard. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Drum roll, please.
What a huge moment for Ibrahim. Definitely the right decision.
I'm definitely getting in the cage. I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Steve's gone to celebrate. So that is it. He's just ditched us. Ditched us, Jack. The Skippy's coming. Oh. Steve is off celebrating with the Legends MMA crew in the cage. Ibrahim Basith overwhelmed by the emotions of becoming the Battle Arena British champion. I had one of those a long time ago. A long time ago. We're talking black and white.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Cheers, mate. Thank you, Jack Holmes. That's the legend Samurai Creasy over there, Cage Warriors champion in the corner of Ibrahim Basith. And the man in the questionable shorts and shirts, that's the voice you've been hearing all night, Mr. Steve Brinkman.
What a great man he is.
Who's been working on the wrestling of Ibrahim Basith. And he was very biased with the commentary, but I hope I balanced him out. I was really impressed by George Young and the Gracie Baja crew. And George just turned it on. He started a bit slow. And then
I have to admit, he did come back there. I didn't think he was going to come in with that attitude and mentality towards that last round.
Yeah, if this was a 5-round fight, maybe George would be able to keep coming it back.
Definitely, most definitely, Chris.
And that's something you could work on, maybe possibly a slightly slow starter. I think for George, you look at him, he's got great takedowns. He's got great top game, good striking. He's good at everything. Maybe the thing for this weight division, you just look at the size and strength difference. He can get on a strength and conditioning program, really focus on that because he's got the technique down, or maybe cut down a weight division. Not sure how easy he makes the cut to this weight division, but that's something that he could add to his game. The strength and conditioning side of it. It would be amazing if all you ever needed was beautiful technique to win, but this is one of those sports where everyone is so close. That little strength difference, cardio difference can make all the difference. Jack's giving terrible advice. Steve is going to check out the corner over there. We're going to be going to Chris from MMA UK for an interview in just a moment with the man of the hour, the cool guy, Ibrahim, the Nightmare Basith.
Yo, are you rolling? I have to keep you humble this time, otherwise I'm going to get in trouble.
You weren't last time.
Bro.
Chris Simpson here with you winner Ibrahim Basith. I spoke to you at your Coventry win, and you said that the bantamweights weren't ready for you, and that you were going to get that title. Did you expect to get the title in your very next fight?
I want to keep you humble, otherwise everyone's going to shout at me, yeah? My mom's going to shout at me. She gave me bro, she didn't even care about, oh, be careful in the fight. She knew I was going to win. She said to me, be humble in your interview. But alhamdulillah, yeah, always God first, man. I did all the hard work, man. I didn't miss nothing out, nothing. I put so much hard work into this. I knew coming into this fight, I said to myself, if that man wins, if he beats me, he's either on steroids or he can go fight with Khabib. That's how much I worked. I did everything.
He is obviously from a Gracie Barra gym, which is a grappling specialist gym, but you look so much stronger on
Who
top.
cares? He's flesh and bones. So what if he's from Gracie, if he's from AKA, if he's from top team, wherever. I don't care, I've got the best team around me. My team, we're winning everything. Legends MMA, 210 Jiu-Jitsu. Every time we go to a combo, everything, we win. Last week, we had our first K1 guy. Finished the guy. 3 weeks ago, we had our MMA coach Sam Creasy. Battered the guy with only one arm. A couple of weeks before that, our 210 Jiu-Jitsu guy club went to a Jiu-Jitsu comp and we won the Academy trophy. All the time, our clubs are winning everything. We are new clubs, we only opened in during COVID. And look at this, we're beating everyone because we focus on to win. Not like these other bullshit clubs focusing on politics and doing bullshit stuff.
Well, fantastic, and like I said, you're going to go far in the sport, Ibrahim.
I'll be back. James, come here, man. James, the man James. Listen, man, do you give bonuses? Fight of the night bonus. Do you give bonuses?
Thank
James,
you, Chris.
come on, man.
Give the man a bonus.
£60. Fight of the night bonus. Come on, yeah, come. Alright, go. Fair enough, man.
Well done, Ibrahim. Go enjoy it with your teammate. Well done, mate. You take care. Back to you guys.